want to thank you guys for being here. I know you are busy, busy, busy. I see your events online and everything. Um,
This one.
This one, I like how
yeah,
you pointed
Edric,
me. Yes, that's me.
Roy's family events. Yeah.
Mm.
And you know that I love you guys and believe in your work and everything you do. So I'm happy to share what we have in store, what we've been working on with our Mommy Mundo community and everyone else who will be joining. This will be shared by all parents who want more for their children and their families. So hopefully, yes. So let's well, I guess we can start, no? So first of all, hello Mommy Mundo community. Thank you for being with us today on our Facebook Live. This is the way we communicate with you. As you know, we moms, we try to, moms and dads, of course, we try to squeeze in things we want to watch, things we want to do for ourselves, like when we're with our kids or when we're putting them to bed or if we're like winding down from the day. So that's why we still do Facebook Lives, even if it's no longer the pandemic era. So we do have a Mom Connect series, and this is one of them. So it's perfect because what we're going to share today is all about connection. And I think this sprung off also from the work that we were doing together, Edric, when you graced our own initiative it's actually more than a year ago. So we need to keep doing the work, right? With MomCon, and you were Joy. I have to say, in case I'm sure Edric didn't share with you that he was one of the favorite speakers at that event. Like we did
Wow.
of course, he didn't share.
He's also my favorite.
Yeah, I know. We'll share. So we did an evaluation after MomCon, and he was really able to touch people through and he was in a hurry, right? You know, he was rushing to another engagement, but
I'm so
still.
sorry, Janice. Yeah, that's crazy.
No. I mean, that's what we do. And you're really supportive. And I'm just really thankful before anything else that, you know, the trust that you gave us to help you with this initiative. I know this is like the end or after so many months or even years of working on it back in the back end, especially Joy. So I guess I have the honor of revealing, although we've been kind of revealing it the past weeks, but again, we're really thankful, Mommy Mundo as a partner in spreading the word. And this is just the beginning for you guys. So I know people are getting excited. So
Can I just say something, Janice? You know,
Sure.
actually, when we were thinking about like who would be the best partner for this, he really thought of you because he really trusts you. He trusts your team and your excellence and what you guys stand for also. So we're so honored as well that you said yes, because
I
know
have to
you're
say,
very busy.
no, I have to say, when we first were trying to engage your team way back, I think more than a decade ago, Janice, remember, I'll never forget the pitch. So we were looking for a team that would help us mount. This was, I think, a homeschool conference
Yeah.
way back
That
when,
was your
right?
first.
That's right. So Janice and her team, when they made a pitch, I think I told you this, but it was so memorable. Of all the different people that made the pitch, they're like, you know what? We want to let you know up front that we work from our heart. I was like, whoa, you don't hear that every day, right? And I was like, okay. And we saw it. We saw it translate, and we see it in, we've been in your world, right? In the different events you've been doing, and we see it. So I'm just echoing what she said.
Especially you,
Totally.
Janice, because you're super just so hands-on all
Yeah.
the time. Even from far away, you're still here.
Yeah, I try. I know. Thank you for the internet, Lord. Thank you. Yeah, but I wanna say that's right. It's all about the team. I wouldn't be able to do it without, and everyone's been working double time on this event.
Double lang, parang triple ko. Everyone's like, this
Triple,
is it.
especially just
Few
trying to
more
make the
weeks to
most.
go. Yeah.
Trying to make the most, right, and trying to really reach people. I always pray when I do events that let it reach people who need it the most.
That's a good
Right?
one.
I mean, the algorithm will find them. Yeah. So wait, I wanna introduce you guys.
Sure.
I'm for those who don't know. So Edric and Joy, they're hands-on parents. Parents of 6 kids. Edric is a true change maker. He's a financial planner. I keep forgetting that. They're a financial planner, a former anchor in ANC, and chairman of Homeschool Global. He is a parent and education entrepreneur and advocate, and very passionate about changing the world, one family at a time, one organization at a time, especially with his new role in Maxwell Leadership. Congratulations, as president, and also their new university, LAI. So, and then Joy, of course, also a speaker and podcaster together, right? You have a podcast together, right?
Yeah.
So, and author, and you share so much heart and faith, wisdom through your posts and all, and also your work as well. And so, Joy and Edric, it's so good to have you here, as mentioned earlier. So, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. I just want to say that most of the time I'm in ratty t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah.
That's what I
We
do.
have to dress up a little bit, like wear the green color.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
So I have to say that your content, I guess you are like epitome of, because we really talk about using platforms for good, right? And I come across your content and I got reminded of like seeing things with perspective of faith, like forgiveness, grace, humility, right? So especially the marriage post, I really get like,
Mm. Again, that's
so
this one. That's this one.
yeah, so keep doing what you do. And but today, as mentioned earlier, we have a lot to share about your, I would say it passion project because it's passion led. But we want to talk about the purpose behind it. So if you haven't heard, there is a big event happening, and I know that it's not only you guys who are behind it. There's a whole group of advocates as well and parents who are behind it, and your team also. We're also working hard for this. So
Super
it's
hard.
happening. Yeah, it's on March 21st at SMX Aura. We'll show graphics later, but for now, we want to hear the story of the Fit Parenting Summit. Fit Parent Summit. So F.I.T Parent Summit. So I love the acronym. I was like, yes, we can like spark curiosity with the acronym. But could you tell our community what FIT means, and why did you feel this was really necessary, and why did you like put your time and effort into the FIT parent?
I'll just give a bit of a background. I think, as you very well know, Janice, Edric and I have been homeschooling advocates for the longest time. However, we realize that not everyone is gonna homeschool, right? And that's not our mission, like to convert everyone to home educate their kids. We realize that at the heart of it is really that we really want to encourage parents to be, well, it's the acronym FIT, family focused, intentional, and really truth centered in the way that they approach parenting. And that's for all of us, right? It's not limited to just homeschoolers. It's for every parent, single parents, grandparents, even parents in whatever season.
The village.
The village, right. And it takes a village, right, also to raise kids.
Yes.
So that I
Yeah.
think that's where it was coming from. And initially people were thinking, oh, but if you say fit parent, they might think it has to do with physical fitness. It doesn't have to do with physical fitness. It has to do with parenting health. So maybe you can explain.
Yeah, no, for sure. The reason that acronym was chosen is it has been inspired by much of the disruption you'll see in the health space, the actual health space, where you have wearables, right? So some people have the smartwatches. I like the rings particularly, right? And we saw that what they tried to do was to make fitness feel very doable, because a lot of people will set up fitness goals every year and it's just so hard. So what we saw as a very healthy disruption in the health space was they found a way to make everyone, right, every single person feel like, hey, I can do it today, right? I sleep a little bit better, I feel good about myself, right? Or you know what, I put in some extra steps, I feel good about myself. So that lofty goal of becoming fit from a health standpoint felt very doable. And so we inspired by that, we said, hey, why not change the narrative in parenting? Because there's so many different approaches to help parents with their parenting journey, and we haven't seen anything like this where it becomes doable. Like, I feel like I'm a healthy parent, not fitness wise, but relationally, doing the right things that I know I'm supposed to be doing. And so the vision was, with this summit and the things that are part of the summit, was parents can feel like they're a better parent today. They don't have to wait like years and, like, oh, maybe hopefully someday. That's the vision, right? Because we've talked to so many parents, you're a parent as well, Janice, and many, even dads especially, right? They feel a little disconnected from the whole I want to be involved. I want to be engaged. It seems too emotional, too gushy. So we said, why not create an experience that feels good, doable? And that's the vision. That's how we played on the word fit parent, like how to become a healthy parent and how to make it feel doable for you and for us.
Mm.
So it feels
Yeah.
like a win, right? Especially today. I think if you're like me, there's so many parents looking for a win, right? It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many challenges with parenting, so many issues ongoing. If you just follow mainstream news, you'll see, right? Mental health crisis, suicide, depression, all of this confusion about, identity. There's so many issues plaguing families today. And so we said, hey, let's be part of the solution. Let's be part of the conversation and help parents feel like, hey, we can do it, right? Even just today. So that's a little bit of
Yes.
the background.
Thank you. So yeah, so FIT is family focused,
Family
right?
focused,
Intentionality and truth.
intentional, and
Yeah.
truth-centered.
Yeah, truth centered. So family focused, obviously, you're a family focused couple. So why do you think we have to communicate? Like, isn't it an automatic thing
That's
that
a good
if you have a
question.
family, you will be focused on the family?
Let's hear this one.
Yeah. Well, besides the fact that it was a good word for F, it's really the idea of, you know what, a lot of times we assume that, sure, I'm providing for my family, I'm doing my best, but if we were really to analyze how we spend our day and look at our priorities, a lot of times we actually don't make family a priority in the right sort of ways. So that's why we really want it to be family focused because, hey, we really want you guys to be able to nurture, all of us to be able to nurture our relationship with our child, with our children. So that's why that's F. And then
Yes.
intentional because it takes intentionality. It doesn't, just because you're biologically related doesn't automatically mean that we're doing the right things to really parent well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, you want to
I'll
add
speak to
something?
that also really quick. So when you think about and what we've observed, right? I'll use sports analogy. Sorry for those that aren't in sport, but there's offense and defense, right? And I think many parents who mean well, as you said, Janice, instinctively, obviously every parent wants to do the right thing, but we, without being intentional, what happens is we're more defense. Like when something happens, then I'll fix it,
Yeah.
right? But if nothing's wrong and nothing's broken, then status quo. Everybody's busy. We gotta keep going. And that's why it's important to call it out that every parent, whether we are conscious of it or not, will either be intentional or incidental. So incidental is like, oh no, I'll come in and defense versus offense, which is I need to make sure I'm putting in the time, learning and developing and helping our child and guide them. So that's why the word
Right.
is intentional.
Intentional. Yeah, I think it also has a lot to do with actually thinking about what kind of parent you want to be. And,
Mm,
it's like having a goal. Like sometimes like you said,
yes.
people are busy, just go through life, go with the flow, or even like be reactive, right? Like you were saying, intentional. And then what's the other I?
Incidental.
Versus
Incidental is being incidental or reactive, like reacting to
Yes.
the
Or defense. Yeah.
world news or something, like being
Yes.
reactive. And so you don't have a compass, then that's what will happen. So that's why intentionality is important. I love that word, intentional.
Super good.
And
And
the
I like how
last,
you, no,
yeah,
no, I like how you called out the goals. I mean, you did call out the financial planner side of things, right? I love that word because many people, even in money, right? It's like, oh, where do I invest? Where do I put my money? The first question you want to answer is, what is your goal?
Mhm.
Because when the
right.
goal is clear, then you can put all your energy behind, okay, this is where I need to put. So it's same. So I love what you
Yeah.
said, Janice, and I just want to echo that
Mm.
And also
intentionality is having goals.
sometimes we're like patterning our goal to other people. Like
Yes.
you see people on Instagram or you see other families, your friends, and you realize that later on, oh, so why do you want to be like them? Or do you really want to be like them? Or are you
Good.
just going with the flow as well? So it takes
That's super
time to,
good.
and this is one event that where we can actually do that and get started on thinking about it. Or if you've already thought about it, this will give you not only a community where you know that you're journeying with people who want to be better parents and have better families and guide our kids, especially in these times, but also have the tools, right? So the last one, the T, what did we find as a T word
Boom.
for
This is a big one. So, Joy, you want to set it up?
yeah.
You know, I think, Janice, I think all of us know, and for those parents out there who are watching and listening, that we don't lack access to knowledge in this day and age. You know, there's just so much access to information, all kinds of parenting methods and ways to raise your children. However, we really want to make sure that it's based on truth, and we really want to be discerning about all the messaging and really filter through it and think through, does this really make sense? And for us, of course, from the lenses of scripture, but I think just getting parents to think critically about all the messaging, because like you said, it's very easy to just adopt this way of parenting. Oh wait, oh, what they're doing seems cool, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
And at the end, we just get overwhelmed and kind of like, well, is this really working or not? But
Right.
truth is eternal, right? And it's something that we could really anchor how we parent our children. So that's why truth centered. Yeah.
And so I think maybe in simple terms, again, forgive my sports metaphors here, but it's like a playbook, right? If you're going to go about the parenting and set up goals, as you called out, right, and be intentional about something, you need to figure out, well, how do I do it? Because there's so many different ways to dissect parenting, especially today, right? So the truth centered is all about what will make this whole platform and experience unique is there is a playbook that we prescribe so that at least people know where it's coming from. And the playbook is twofold, right? Obviously, it's data driven. So there's a lot of data that's been put into this that helps us understand what's really working. And then there is, as Joy mentioned, there is that scriptural element or the faith element to it also. So that I think that is also what helps ground it, if you will, and make sure that there is, as we've already called it, a playbook or a basis.
Yeah, and I think it's also been tested by your own experience as parents of 6 kids, right?
We have
So,
6 kids. Oh my gosh.
oh yeah,
What
reminder.
happened?
Well, you can't have
6 kids.
7. No, just kidding.
You know, Janice, I think
Yeah.
it's not that we are not experts in any way. I think that this is also birthed out of a desire for us to really want to keep improving and
Yep.
keep growing
True.
in our parenting. Like Edric said, right? A lot of people are so intentional about their health, monitoring their health. But why is
Yeah.
it that with something that is so important, like our relationships with our children, whether they're really growing in character, whether they're really turning out okay, are we as intentional? Are we as passionate about it? And honestly, the longer we're parents, the more I realize, and I think you would attest to this, the more you realize there's just no ceiling. Like it doesn't end. Like the parenting journey doesn't end.
Does not.
As they get
Yeah.
older, the issues change and you have to adjust and adapt to them and also respond to them and be prepared for them. And so this is also our way of equipping ourselves in the stages that we are in and also going to journey into. And we need community. Like I think all of us need community because we need that encouragement, we need that accountability. So that's also the reason why even have an event. There's so many events, right? But when you get together with other parents and you're like-minded in the pursuit of fit parenting, then it's like, hey, we've got each other's backs. We can share best practices. Let's encourage one another. Let's do this together. Nobody's a perfect parent here. We're all on a journey. So it's really the
Right.
fit parent journey together.
Yes, I love it. I want to take this opportunity to share the ambassadors. So I know that so you guys have your own experience, your knowledge, and being truth-based, right? Bible-based is really important as well. So these are based on principles that's like thousands and thousands more
Thousands, yes, thousands. Thousands is accurate.
years old, right? So again, it's data driven, but also experience based. And I love seeing your roster of ambassadors. So I'd like to name them. So if you could, wait, I'm
Sure.
not sure if it's right there. So tell us about your ambassadors who I know most of, well, maybe some of them, most of them.
Yeah, so I'll jump in.
You can jump in.
I'll jump in, then you can share. So as you were asking earlier, what was the impetus, right? Where was this all birthed? It was from these guys, right? We realized collectively that the families today are very diverse. And so we want to be able to speak to that diversity. So you have The Gallaghers are actually a mixed marriage, right? As you can see, very much, you have a Caucasian South African guy, and then you have a Filipina, right? Very morena. So this couple represents that. He's also a big champion behind home education and various platforms. So we're eager to hear their perspective. The C's are an amazing couple that have special needs children or a child that has special needs. So they can speak to that, and they've been involved in helping many families, I think, at the national level with associations and even in their local church as well. And then the Sotos, how would you describe the Sotos, babe?
Lots of kids. Also.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like from the vantage of two people who like he's a public servant,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
But he's really been super vocal, super intentional about
Family values,
family
family
values.
platforms,
Even in QC,
in the
he's
government that he serves in.
churched out a lot of family programs because he really wants families to thrive.
So that's kind of like a little bit of that angle, right? Public service, what they're seeing, their advocacies. The Karanges are adoptive parents, right? So they actually adopted children, and it's an amazing story, right? And how it can work. So before there were stigmas behind that, but if you get to meet them and see what they're doing, right? And there are probably families who might be listening to this live right now or attending the summit and are saying, what about us, right? And they represent that very well.
In fact, they can help people.
Yes, they're doing that. That's part of their
want to
platform.
adopt.
Exactly. And then the Yambaos are a blended family, very much a reality today, blended and solo parents. So at some point they were both solo parenting, and then they
And
came
they're also the
together.
real fit parents.
Yes,
the real ones.
from a health standpoint, they're
Among
health
everyone,
freaks.
they're the real
Correct.
fit
They're
parents.
health freaks, those two. So
Yeah.
super eager to hear, what they have to share to the community also. And then how do you describe Dennis and Tammy, honey?
Well, I think Dennis and Tammy, because they have worked with so many families. They bring in like their experience, even with counseling families, walking alongside all kinds of families, all kinds of brokenness also in families. And so they really have spiritual insight and wisdom.
And she's a coach, right?
And she's a coach.
Yeah, she's a prenatal
very
coach.
good coach.
Tammy's
There
one
you
of my
go.
close friends.
There you go.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
amazing.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super amazing, guys.
Hi, Tammy.
So eager to have them. And then Aguilar's, babe, finally.
Yeah, Jerica and Miguel. We also wanted to ask them because when we were just thinking about all these families that we had known and come across who are also really advocates for family. And I remember there was a season when there was a bill that was going to be passed, and she was very vocal about how it's going to impact families adversely. And she really championed getting the word out there to make sure that we protected the rights of parents and protecting families in the right way. So I was like, well, okay, this is somebody who has put her neck out there and been very vocal, even at the risk of being canceled by people. And I think that I really just admired that in her. Yeah.
Yeah, so needless to say, these are couples who want to create change as well and really
Yes.
followed basically the call, like you guys, and the work that we try to do also. Like we know it's needed, right? When we see what's going on. And I'm sure all parents feel that as well inside of that we have to do something to learn and really equip ourselves because things are changing so quickly. And like they said, we're parenting humans who are not like us at all. So
So
and
true.
each and like you guys, if you have a lot of kids, so it's different generations within your
Yes. Yes, so true. You're laughing because it's true.
Because there have been times where like, how come the latter three are turning out differently than the first three?
Yeah.
Not just because they're girls, but it's also because the issues present in their generation so different. Yeah.
It's so fascinating, right? And we also evolve. So we're a different parent to the older one as opposed to the
Yes.
younger ones. I'm like,
Yes.
takes a lot of humility and grace, really. So now we have our ambassadors. So not aside from them, we also have a really excellent roster of speakers. So I will share that as well here for the event. So besides our ambassadors, not everyone can come, but most of them, right? And then we have advocates and experts in different fields in parenting. So, and then we have our topics. So I really love the topics that we came up with here. And this is the flow. Wait, this is the topics. So it's based on your 10
Yeah.
dimensions.
Yeah.
So do you want to briefly, I know it's a lot, but I really
Yeah.
love each dimension that you chose. I mean, it really resonates with me as a parent, but in a nutshell,
Okay, in a nutshell.
and really
And
like
that's
touching on each one, because I think it's really important for us to understand, because it's really the heart of fit, right? All the
Hmm.
10 dimensions or the 10
Yeah.
domains.
I was gonna say, come to the event and you'll find out more. No,
You know,
Oh,
but
yes,
just to
Joy,
give
yes.
Joy will give you high level. I'm just messing with you.
just to
Okay, go
give a
ahead.
quick overview of you, we did so much research on this, and we're trying to look at, is there anything that really gives kind of a profile of where you're at as a parent? We're not talking about like a pass or fail grade, okay? Because that can be very discouraging, but more like, where are you at in your parenting journey in these areas? You know, being a if there's being truth seeking, being a parent that role models well, exemplifying, communicating, there's loving, there's teaching, there's training, there's peacemaking, there's entrusting. So as we did research on what are all the areas in a parenting relationship with a child that are important, we looked at that research, and then we developed an assessment that parent, like a tool for parents to be able to kind of think through their own parenting journey and give themselves like an assessment of where they're at. And then that becomes like a baseline. Like just like Edric was explaining, like kind of a health baseline of where they're at. Not to discourage, but to say, okay, great, there's room for improvement here. I can still grow here. And it's trying to promote a growth mindset, right? Like, this is where I'm at. I definitely know that I've done well in some areas, but I can still grow and I can still improve. And so then we bring in the tools to help parents improve in those areas. But it's a pretty comprehensive assessment. That's why if
Yeah,
people are going to take it, it will take time. And hey, this is all free, you know, it's free.
yeah,
The assessment is free, but it's really
yeah,
just to help parents kind of get a diagnostic of where they're at in those 10 areas, those 10 dimensions.
yeah. So your team actually called it a fit check, right? So which I love also, like a fit
That's
check
a
for
good one.
parents,
That's right.
right? So let's jump to the big thing that we're launching, just so people understand what the tool is. So
Mm.
at the summit, we're actually launching your new baby, your seventh child, which is the Fit Parent app.
It feels
So
that way.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your app is based, it's like you said, it's going to be a tool
Mhm.
to give you a baseline of where you are at your parenting based on the 10 domains or dimensions. And I'll give you a chance to talk about the app later, but just to give our viewers here an idea, the app will be launched at the event, and you
Mm.
will be able to experience the app in real life with 10 breakout rooms, 10 talks, and a choose your own adventure concept.
So
Yeah. So
excited.
Edric, I want you to be the one to make cuento, to tell the story
Sure.
of the Fit Parent Summit.
Yeah, again, I'm speaking just as a dad here, right? And observing parents and dads and the way that parents are today.
Mm.
And once again, the inspiration is something disruptive, something different that will resonate with more people and will allow them to feel like a win is easier to obtain, right?
Yes.
So we figured if that's going to be the experience with the app, like we gave examples of these, wearables or these health apps, etc. Why not
Yeah.
make the summit itself represent that? And I love how you called it out, right? You said there will be 10 experiential
Yeah.
lanes. So that's one
Yes.
of the things we're excited to see that happen. So it's like as you're learning the dimension, even as you're checking yourself with the app, you're going through it with your kids,
Mm.
right? So please bring your kids. I mean, that's going to make it memorable and fun. And then to even allow you to learn more about it. So not only are you experiencing what this dimension is as a very different kind of experience when you go to a conference or summit, you can then attend a talk, right? And you highlighted the amazing speakers. We tried to get people who had the, credentials behind them so that people and parents understand that this is again data driven, right? Even as they're advocates, but there are people who appreciate all of the grunt work and research that's gone behind it also. So yeah, so the experiential lanes, the talks, right, about these dimensions are what make it novel, we think, right? Because many summits and conferences have the talks, but having experiences like this with your children and you're going through this, even as you're looking at the app, it makes it so much more rich and very now, right? You're high tech, but high touch, if you will. So you have the technology, but you have all these experiences. You can choose which of the workshops you want to attend with the dimensions, and then you can pace yourself as you go around the different experiential lanes and booths through
Mm.
the whole summit. So that's
Yeah.
my what excites me. I'm actually excited for me. I want to go be with my kids, maybe the younger ones, because my 20 something, right? He's in the US, he's not going to be there, but I'm really excited to do it with my kids. And as Joy said, I'll be very real with you, Janice. I want to be a better dad. I mean, that's why, we're behind this also. I want to be a better dad. I think all the dads who want to be better dads, this is a way we can help do it together. So
We're
that
just one of the people behind it, right?
yes,
Because it's really a
Yeah.
collaborative effort with all
all
the
those
ambassadors.
ambassadors, all
Yeah.
those speakers. We even have micro ambassadors. So many people who have been doing like beta testing of the apps already will be there, right, in full force. They're very excited to experience it fully. So yeah, very, very excited to be with the community, if you will,
Mm.
to
Yes, yes.
to learn together.
Yeah, so I thank you for sharing. We're really excited also and really making it a different experience. So you can imagine just to give a visual of or like a so that they know like a walkthrough of what will happen. So you come into the event, there's going to be booths around. This is SMX and SM Aura, and then you go into a plenary where we'll have a talk, and then the app
The
demo is
launch.
there.
Yes, the
The
launch.
launch, we launched the app, and then and everyone can download the app. We have Wi-Fi from PLDT. Thank you so much, PLDT. And then they get to experience the domains like
Mm.
interactively. So we will have activities that they can experience with their kids or on their own. So each
Mm.
domain will have an activity wherein, you know what they say, like you learn the best while doing,
Yes.
especially our kids. So we have that happening. They can go from one to another at their own pace. We have experiential lanes open till 9 p.m. so they don't have to rush. So it's a whole day thing if you want, but if you have half day, that's also fine. And then we go into our breakout rooms where the speakers will have talks. We'll have, I believe, 8 different rooms. So some domains are going to be joined, but the whole day also, like there's going to be time slots for the
Mm.
talks. And so they can have lunch in between, they can have snacks in between, like rest and then go again. It's just a day of learning and connecting with each other. So that's the kind of event that we hope to stage with
Hey,
you.
excited.
Yeah, so let's share the ticketing. I'm sure people want to know how they can come. So the tickets are quite affordable. It's $5.99 per adult, and it already comes with a free download of the app, right? And then entrance to all the experiential lanes, 5 talks of choice, and then access to all the booths. And then if they want to bring their kid, that's an additional $100 with the same. And they have access also to the You Do Learning app on Summit Day. So that's another freebie. I saw You Do, and it's also really exciting too. So to get your tickets, go to fitparent.helixpay.ph. And our Mommy Mundo community has a special code. It's I think it's here. It's Fit Mommy Mundo to get 10% off. Yay. Anything else you want to share? There's so much we can talk about. Tell us your vision for the app. So we launch it on March 21. And then how do you see it helping families? Like what is your goal and dream after the summit? And then how you want to bring the app forward to everybody?
Yeah, how sometimes the purpose of an app is to get somebody addicted to using it, but that's not what we want. We don't want people to be stuck in the app. We want it to be a guide that will allow them, like as you said, to experience it in real life. And so there's an aspect there where you can, based on how you scored, or I don't want to say scored because scored can sound negative, but based on your fit check, you'll see, okay, these are areas where I can grow in. So I'm going to take on certain challenges, but these are doable bite-sized challenges. And then if you do them, then you get points for the day. So it's encouraging, you know, especially we're thinking for dad. So it's like, oh, you know, today I
Yeah.
tried to
It's
be
a
a better
win.
dad today. It's a win, right? And then
Yeah.
there's also a part there where you can just learn about more resources to help you grow in your parenting journey. And these are curated
Yeah.
resources. And then there's also an aspect there where you can earn badges so that you're seeing, oh, wow, I am growing in these areas, I am improving. And then you can also, there's a reflection part because I think sometimes we forget to really think through, you know, what was parenting like today? What was hard about it? What was good about it? What am I praying for tomorrow? So those kinds of things. So it's intended to just kind of journey alongside parents and
Yeah.
be a guide in that way.
Yep.
I love that. So when they get a fit check, they have
Baseline.
like a grading
Hmm.
of like a marker of where they are at in the 10 domains. So like,
Hmm.
did you communicate well today? Did
Yeah.
you exemplify well today to your kids? So things like that, and then you'll know what to get better at. It's like having the knowledge is power, right? So knowing where you're at, then you'll know how you can like sharpen the saw, as they say, as you go
Exactly.
along. So
And you know, it's interesting because when I took the
Assessment.
fit check, I
yeah,
was like, oh boy, there's areas that I really have to improve. And I'll just give an example. One of the
mm,
domains is how to be an engaged parent. And I realized even though I'm a homeschool mom, like I'm with my kids like almost all the time, I don't necessarily do things that they enjoy doing. Like I don't necessarily engage them in play, which is more Edric's probably department. And so it made me see, oh, this is an area where I can work on this. You know,
Especially the girls.
I can get into their world and think through how can I really have fun with my kids where they
mm,
feel like, oh, mom just really enjoys being with us. So
yeah,
it was helpful even for me when I took
I love that.
yeah.
It's like, for example, it's like maybe you're saying joy, like, because you know your IG is teach with joy. So I guess your teach domain is like really high all the time. Like you're always trying
Yeah,
to impart, right?
you're
Impart,
right. The teach
guide.
and train was high, but there were some
Yeah,
others areas there where it's like,
yeah.
oh, it's low. I can improve. Yeah.
Yeah. Like me, just to like with for example, me, if I take it, I'll probably be low in teaching because my kids are grown. And I
Mm,
feel sometimes like I guess I do a lot of training already in my work. So with them, I just want to relax and play. So sometimes I'm like, hey, I should be more intentional about imparting my knowledge. Like
mm,
sometimes I take it for granted that they know what I'm doing.
mm,
And I realize, hey, I should also tell them about what I'm doing and how I go through steps, for example, in
mm.
creating an event. Then, because these are things that they'll also benefit from, right? So I love it. I want to take my fit check
You
soon.
should do it. You should do it, Janice.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We'll compare notes.
That's going to be launched really soon. I believe,
Yes.
I think a week before the event. So people can already take
Yeah.
the fit check. Yeah.
So we will actually ask, I believe now, if it's going to be ready, all our ticket holders will get an email to say
Mm.
that they can pre-download the app so that they have it on their phones, so that when they get to the event, they can already activate it. And I believe it's going to be activated
Only.
magically. I
Yes,
love
only
that.
during event
In
day.
the event. So you have
Mm.
first dibs, ticket holders get first dibs and get their fit checks. And then they can imagine that they get their fit checks and then they can go to the experiential needs and then go to the talks. By the time they finish the day, like they're going to be transformed, I'm sure.
Well,
So
and
it's
you know,
cool.
to be very honest, also, of course, we want good feedback, like because this
Yeah.
is not about us or the ambassadors. This is really about how can we all improve and grow. So if parents have like feedback on, hey, we can improve the app by doing this, adding this, we would love that. You know, we would really love to make it an even better experience for
Be
everybody.
careful what you
Well,
wish
Right.
of
for.
course, I'm a little nervous saying that, but I think that
No,
the
but
Yeah.
that's
point is
true. I agree with
that
that.
we want to
Yeah.
make sure that it's going to be something that works for people.
Yeah. So the
So
In
future
a, in a,
iterations, right?
in a way, our ticket, our attendees for the summit are actually going to be your beta testers. Really.
I'm
It's
sorry,
really
the
your
guinea
first,
pig.
yeah, your guinea pigs. You're blessed guinea pigs. So
No, we're going
we
to
can,
collaborate together. Yeah, collaborate.
yes. Yeah, no, that's really true. And then we can make it better and better because
Yep.
eventually it's going to help everyone, right?
Yep.
So there, We hope that you enjoyed our big news, and congratulations in advance, Edric and Joy, and all your ambassadors. Ryan as well, who's been also working here, and Grace, and everyone in your team. We can't wait for the event. Please share the news to your fellow parents. And if you're a community leader, or if you have a community in school or in your village, in church, message us, and we'll see how we can work with you to get the summit tickets in the hands of your members as well. We want everyone there. So you wanna give a last message, Edric and Joy?
Yeah, so I think much has already been said. Parenting is really not a destination, right? It really is a journey. And so, what I've loved about this is my parting thought for this live is journeying together. So, we do sincerely hope that this will be the start of your journey. And as you journey with others, you keep seeing how you're going, and realizing that, healthy parenting is now doable.
Mm.
That's my parting statement.
Mm.
You,
I love
Lynn.
that.
I thought that was so good already.
Yeah,
Second
that was
what
like
she said.
I'll just say I'll second that for sure. And I think the longer that I'm a parent, and I kind of shared this earlier, right? The more I realize that it's a never ending journey of us having to keep improving, keep responding, and keep growing with our children. And parenting has been one of the why am I getting teary-eyed? I'm not because I'm giving birth to this Fit Parent app. No, it's because
no.
when I think
It's very
about
personal.
yeah, it's very personal. When I think about parenting, it's really been one of the greatest joys of my life, being a mom. And I just want everyone to also experience how it's like the most beautiful journey you can possibly go on as a woman, if you've got children. It's just like, why not embrace it fully and go all out, and that's what we hope to really make everyone super intentional about it and make it also exciting and fun.
Yes, that's the goal.
Right. So
We're crying there also behind the scenes. I know,
So
I can
looking
feel your
forward.
passion as well. So thank you for taking the time to create this for parents like us. And it's really, I love it because it's really, we're kind of benefiting from all your experience also and all your wisdom. Like as Christians, it's really important to me too. And I'm sure everyone's excited to also experience the app. And you have to experience the summit because you'll feel bad if you don't go.
no, because it's something different,
It is
right?
something unique.
For
It,
Yes.
sure.
it's not one of those things where you're just going to sit through and people are just going to be talking from 1 hour to the other. It's really, you're going to engage,
Yeah.
and so come in comfortable clothing and
I think part of our win is when the kids will say, I love this, right? Because they had so much fun
Yeah.
going around with dad and mom, and you're like, I love this because it was so helpful. That'll be a win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would be
So
cool.
looking forward.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing, and thank you for the very passion-filled invitation. I want to invite everyone to follow your social media pages, which we also just birthed. So we need everyone's support in spreading the
Yes.
word about our social media. It's gonna be full of information as we go along. So it's fitparent.ph on Instagram and also on Facebook. So thanks again, Edric and Joy. I will be sharing more after you exit about the event. And hopefully there's going to be more lives like this as we go. Like maybe we can do one per domain, right? So talk about what we're learning along the way. That'll be really
Sure.
good.
And you can even ask the other
Yes.
ambassadors, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
That'd be
yes.
great.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Janice.
Congrats.
Good
I'll see
job. Very
you. See you
excited.
soon.
See you soon.
Okay.
Good night, everybody watching. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good night. So thank you, Edric and Joy, for being here, and thank you again for the work that you're doing with Fit Parent. We're really proud partners for this community, for this tool, and we're also actually thankful for our media partners who have said yes to help us spread the word. So that's Modern Parenting, The Asian Parent, Millennial Moms, and also newlyweds at work. And we hope that if you have a community message us because we want to work with you. Parenting is as they say, it's a village, and the villages have to also join forces so that we can really reach more families where they're at. Okay, so I want to share with you more information about the event again, just to make sure you got that. So briefly before we go, and I let you go to your evenings with your families. So here I will share. Yeah, so here we have our speakers. So follow fitparent.ph to know more about what they're going to talk about. So we start at 8 a.m. and we end at 5:30 for the talks, and the experiential lanes will close at 9 p.m. So these are our 10 experiential lanes. So yeah, wear comfortable clothes so that you can really like get in there and play and really enjoy the interactive activities. So these are some of the topics that are going to be discussed. And these are pocket talks. It's going to be like you're going to move from one room to another, right? So adventure style. So you can check the ticketing page for more information, and as well as our social media. Our ticketing information is here as well. And please use our code FITMOMMYMUNDO to get 10% off. Okay, now we also just launched our Mom Connect membership, where you just pay $9.99 and you get a journal, a journey box, and also the chance to win. We're going to actually raffle off 3 pairs of tickets to F.I.T Parent Summit so that you can go with your husbands or your partners. So if you join Mom Connect, then you get the chance to win tickets. And then you also get the chance to join our first event called Moms Over Coffee, headed by Mox Javier on March 28, 2 p.m. at Opulence Cafe. So thank you, Opulence, for hosting our first Moms Over Coffee. There, so don't forget, F.I.T Parent Summit happening on March 21. That is a long weekend, so you can take one day to join and learn and be with other parents who also want to learn like better parenting. So log on to fitparent.helixpay.ph to learn more, and our social media at fitparent.ph. And we're also going to be posting more about it on Mommy Mundo. So that is all. Thank you again, community, for being here and joining my live today. And again, thank you to Edric and Joy and the whole team, my team, and also the F.I.T Parent team. I wish you a good night. Feel free to share this live if you find it interesting. And then eventually, when you see announcements for the F.I.T Parenting app launch, download it and then benefit from having your fit checks. Okay, so here's the better parenting, and I wish you all good night. Bye.